Hi! I didn't see you there. I was too busy baking our cake for Fun Friday's Cake Chaos!
Cake Chaos!
Okay, over here on our board is our cake recipe with all your normal cake ingredients. No, we're adding food dye, so the green's gonna mean that nothing has changed. Okay, so you're probably wondering, why are we making a cake? Well, because today's cake challenge is what happens if you don't add an ingredient. Some of the ingredients we're going to leave out are eggs and baking powder. But not yet. First, we must make the normal cake.
This is basically like the control cake.
We're going to put this in the oven at 375 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes.
This cake, we're going to do no baking powder. See what happens. Note, blue means no baking powder. So we're going to put a little blue dot at the bottom of our cake so that we can tell them apart. Now, cutting it back over to Elise.
Okay, I'm just adding in some of the ingredients we're going to need before some cup of milk.
And your special taste tester for today is Ashley Sullivan. Woo! Woo!
Just so you know, I will be tasting the cakes too, because I like cake.
Ashley Sullivan will be the lone taste tester. Just joking, Elise wants to taste it too.
I like cakes. And back in the same side of the room. Okay. Now we just gotta mix it up. As you can see in the bowl, I've got everything except baking powder. Now it's gonna be hard to tell when this one's ready because we didn't add the baking powder, so it's gonna look a little different than it normally would. Camera over here. And as you can see, it's definitely got a different texture than the cake with baking powder.
Sort of like soup.
It's a little more liquidy this time. So, just gonna mix it up a little bit more. I'm also noticing that now without the baking powder, the cake is a lot more liquidy than it was before. Oh, hi again. I'm just taking out our cake, the control that has absolutely nothing wrong with it. Came out perfect. And now I'm going to put this cake in the oven. We put some blue dye in here so we'll know that there's no baking powder.
It's a blue spider web.
Just put that cake in the oven for 30 minutes. The last ingredient, some vanilla flavoring. And we're about to start mixing.
Remember, this is the cake with no eggs.
So we're going to put some purple dye in it so that we know it has no eggs. Well, this is the no baking powder cake being tested.
Let's see. Came out clean except for the food coloring.
No baking powder cake is good.
It's a little flatter than the other one.
A lot flatter than the other cake. You can even see where we added the design.
Oh, time for the no egg cake to go.
Now we're adding the no egg cake. Mmm.
And it's not as brown as the other one, you can see.
As you can see, the other cake
It's turned green.
with food dye. They do look very different. So here's a piece of cake for you and a piece of cake for
for you.
This is the cake that had nothing wrong with it.
It tastes like cake.
Is it
So-
good or not?
Mom, what do you think? Good, bad, or in the middle?
It's good.
Okay. Mom gives it a good.
Your turn, Dad.
I give it a good also.
So we've got a good for Mom and a good for Dad.
A good for me too.
Good for everybody. Everybody has given the first cake that has nothing wrong with it a good. Moving on to the second cake. The cake that has no baking powder.
Thank you.
Well, it's considerably flatter
Yeah.
than the good cake. So, ow. Watch out for that.
It's a lot chewier too. Like this one's light and fluffy. This one's chewy.
It tastes right.
Dense.
It
Yeah.
It still tastes like the first one, so the
Just
taste
the
is fine.
texture's not right.
But it's not even, see how this one's got bubbles in it? And this one's just thick.
Right.
Dense.
Yeah.
So, Mom, what would you give this cake?
In the middle. It doesn't taste bad. The flavor's still good.
Chicken cake.
But you can tell there's something wrong with it.
Hey, Dad, what would you give this cake?
I would give it a bad. Because it's
Why do you keep eating it?
kind of like a cake chewy.
Ashley?
You keep eating it.
I give it
I
an
like
in the
cake.
middle.
In the middle. Everyone except Dad has given this an in the middle. Dad has given
Now
it
this
a
one is what?
bad.
This one is the one with no egg.
Okay, but I want just a little bit of the cake part too,
It's
not
the
just
one
the
with
top. so
no
you can compare
eggs.
It obviously did not stick together.
it. Crumbly.
So we've proved that the eggs
it's
are
still
what
warm.
keeps it together.
Right. Eggs are a binding agent, so that
It's
makes
still
sense.
warm cake.
It's actually just kind of good.
Well, they all taste fine. You get an alternative flavor,
Right.
but
Again, it tastes okay, but it's not dense like the no baking powder one was, but it's still gooey and not.
yeah. The top is really crunchy though, but that could just be because you may have left it in a little longer. I don't know. They all look the same on the edges.
Mom, what would you give this cake?
In the middle. I mean, it's not bad. I probably wouldn't serve it to somebody, but
Dad?
I'd have to give this one in the middle because it's better than the dense one.
yeah, it is better.
But you can tell there's something missing. It doesn't taste right.
I like
I
the
give
crunchy
it-
top.
A bad. I didn't like the flavor.
So, and as you can see, it just didn't. It didn't even stay together. I mean, you can if you run your fork on the light one, it stays together, and that one just turns into crumbles.
And here are the results.
The crunchy top is good.
Everyone liked the cake that had nothing wrong with it.
Apparently we're not going to be able to see that too well.
Everyone liked the cake that had nothing wrong with it. We got all okays for the
One bad.
Huh?
We got one bad.
And one bad for the one with no baking powder. The one with eggs got mostly okays except for one bad. Can't have a lump of cake.
Lumpy cake.
Really nice and creamy.